Are you watching? Wait, watch this. Watch this. Come on. Hold on. Wait. Not yet. Ooh.
Nope.
Dang it.
There, gummit.
Come on. Let's go. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Come on, buddy. What is up, crawler fans, RC enthusiasts, and social media surfers? I'm your boy Josh with Texoma RC. That is a Slayer Elite mullet, TRX-4M front axle, skid, and FCX FMS rear axle. Portal, dude. Mullet style, dude. Custom Texoma RC length. Coming in right around 172 millimeters long. I don't know why we're 9 millimeters, but we're right around 5 1/4 wide, so we can still run gates, dude. We got enough overdrive to make all kind of correction. We will pull gates out later and see what we can do. It would be way better with rear steer if you're going to try to run gates. Here we go, dude. Let's go through a little rig breakdown. All right, here we go. In the front end, the hood is held on by a magnet and a hook that catches in the front, so that way when it gets hit it doesn't come off, or if it does get bumped, it should be able to come right back on. We are running the Palm Power 3S packs. It will fit a Spectrum, but it won't fit underneath the hood. This is a Mofo 130 size prototype, maybe the 130 Torque Beast. On this side here, we have our Turbo Racing for this radio. We have our Turbo Racing off of Amazon receiver. And on this link, you can't really see it. And there you can see it. There's dinky brushed ESC. These are just taped with black tape just to protect them. You can see our rubber bands hooked here, down to the screw here. Same thing right here, wrapped around the top of the link. Still allows for full dropout. All right, you can see here, it's still sitting all the way up, dude. Looking freaking gorgeous. We probably could use at least another band. Those are 1/2 inch black rubber bands, hair ties, that I'm using. Probably could use another set of bands in the back to pull the rear down so it sits a little lower, but with the overdrive, it will pull down flat. Just watch. All right, let's go ahead and get our battery in. Pretty cool. This just goes right up over the top. Our plug is actually right down here. Now you just kind of tuck the wires nice around the servo. There you go, dude. Freaking A, let's roll. All right, dude, let's start off on the baby range. Dude, this is a little guy, but it's a great practice place. Oh my God. We're gonna hang the back tire off and it's gonna be bad. Oh my gosh. Can you just turn it right here? With the exit, dude. Alright, dude, let's go see what we can do over here. Let's go check out, dude, how that side hill does. We already showed that it's freaking rad. Alright, here we go, dude. Just watch the overdrive. This is just from adding the TRX-4M axle to the FCX24 axle. We definitely could go a little slower. I think the power dash from the FCX24 motor would probably be freaking rad. It's not going to have the top wheel speed, but as far as just controllability and just a great slow crawl, I bet it would be freaking rad. This slow crawl is a little, it's there, but it wants to take off. I can do it
so
now.
You have to, you just got to baby the throttle.
Oh my gosh,
so
dude.
anyways, freaking rad motor. Come on, Nick, we need this thing. It's a great motor. It'd be rad to put in your, in a crawling FCX24. So with the transmission, because you would be able to smash, it'd be going, it would be not quite as fast as a speed motor because it's not like 50K, but it is pretty fast. Anyways, don't know the RPM on it, maybe 30,000, 35,000. Don't know. Don't know, but it's fast, dude. It's a ripper for sure. This right here, dude, that it just pulled up. First time, no lineup. The way that it just went up this, oh, freaking amazing. I've used this obstacle. I've wanted to go over it. The Elite started going over it. First of all, you had to be tall enough, but just be able to reach up over there, not flip over, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Holy gosh. Wow. And right here, I was just a little bit low coming down. Should have been up a little bit higher, missed my front tire, and I was going to, not going to be good. So that was my bad. Totally my bad. Not a good driver. So I tried to push back up. It just didn't want to grip in the situation. So we are right there. You could tell we could use again. That's the rear just popped out, and also being backed up. The overdrive is going to make the whole thing pop up more. So you can also see how the overdrive sucks it down, like I said. But having a little bit more tension on that rear end to pull it up and so that it will drop out, but it will sit a little flatter would be more beneficial. So especially when you start doing the downhills and the super side hills like that, when you have to make a correction, the rig's going to want to pop up. So if you have a little bit more resistance to that, it would definitely be more controllable. So super duper freaking awesome already, dude. It's just the little things that we can do. This is first time running, at this setup. Obviously we had run the prototype, but we increased our weight. I had the biggest bees on there, the Rattlers, but I had 21 grams of BBs in the front and like 12 grams of BBs in the back. We went up to 32.5 grams in the front, 34.5 grams in the front, and 20 grams in the rear, bringing us to, we also added the Endura brass, the caster blocks, and the C-hubs and steering blocks. And so now we are 550, 6337. So this is my favorite, way to crawl with a Slayer. The weight bias just feels freaking awesome. Again, just a little bit loose in the rear. So these are the Hobby Plus CR18P oil-filled shocks. They're basically the same as the Endura, but they come with a harder spring than the Endura does. I don't know if it's the medium or the hard from the Endura set. I think it's probably closer to the hard, at least the medium in the Endura set. So that is the other reason why the other day when we were running, why we were extra stiff. It's just the springs are extra stiff. So that's why I needed the weight. And I also decreased the rubber band resistance. So we need to go back up a little bit in the rear. But again, that's tuning. It's something we didn't know. We had to try it out, loosen it up with this new weight, and we will tighten it up, dude, and show that it will descend like a freaking monster. Just so you know, I did try to go down the rock face there, and it did not go so well. I kept letting go at the bottom. So it would do great so long as the front was still pulling, but as soon as the rear would lose traction, it would just, lift up off the, would just peak and boom, fall over, ass over. So not good. That's why we did not go down the rock face, not trying to lie, but we got to make it look pretty, dude. I don't want to be dropping on its head just because of the setup. So we can't be leaving you with bad images just because we just need rubber bands, dude. I could run in and fix it and could have done it, but dude, got so much to do. We just got to get a video down, bro. Oh my gosh. So, dude, I sure do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. This has been a work of love, absolutely. And I would love it if you would purchase one, dude. It'd be freaking rad. I would love to share this with you. There's no question. I have no problem saying there's nothing else like this. It is the best in its class because it's the only one in its class. But you know what, dude? This thing is absolutely freaking amazing. So I cannot wait to be able to rear steer this, but I won't have time to do that myself for a while. I will go ahead and I was looking at it before I started the video, I will make just a SOA riser for the rear axle FCX style, so it can be run on this mullet, and or it could be run on an FCX24 as well. but it would be just basically like the rear riser that's on there with a servo underneath it, so smashed inside of it. So that's what we will do, because dude, this thing with rear steer, this much overdrive, you know, not having the overdrive on the other one, you can see it does some things that it's just a great feel, right? But then when you start getting into the super gnarly technical climbs, you have to have the overdrive. When you start wanting to go downhill, super gnarly technical descents, you have to have the overdrive. So because it's like dig, it helps, it's like breaking the rear end so that it just keeps it sucked to the hill, right? The link geometry needs the anti-dive, anti-squat need for the rig to continue to be pulling in the front. If that does not happen, then it will pop off. So that's just the way that it goes. You could tune it a little bit, but it's the absolute best that I have found, and it's the best to make it do. Like this right here, dude, that it'd be so loose and so much clearance and still be able to do this is absolutely freaking rad. And you can see the rear end is still pretty popped. We could easily, again, adding another band or even two bands to both sides in the back. You know, because what's really cool about those is it's going to hold it at a certain point really hard, but as soon as it breaks past that, it's loose. It's like almost no restriction, no extra restriction anyways. So very freaking cool, and it's just how those bands are mounted and wrapped around the upper link point. So it shouldn't actually reduce the like flexibility and dropout overall. It should just hold us in a certain point, and once it breaks past that point, it should move free. So it should be freaking rad, dude. So that's basically it, dude. We're just basically freaking killing it. Just showing you all the cool stuff around the backyard, dude. Go ahead and hit like, dude. Subscribe if you're new here. You know, the link is in the description for the Etsy store. Slayer Pros, stock swaps. By the way, this will be probably the best value for, you know, print time that you could purchase. It is the most expensive, but it takes like freaking 20 hours, which is ridiculous, to get all these parts out. So that's why the high price. But literally all you have to add, I was, by the way, sorry. I was going to bring this out with the biggish wheels, with the Hobby Plus wheel weights, but their Hobby Plus wheel weights are not available. And these biggish bees can be weighted out with way more weight. I realized I had said before that, you know, that these would be less weight, but that's just to use the ultimate low ability of the BBs, right? That they can stay below half of the wheel is really cool. And so you can get away with less weight potentially, but like for this, I needed the weight to get the springs to work. So you know, we maybe don't have a cool effect where the weight is only on the bottom. It's just like a wheel weight now, but we have 34 grams, which is more than a wheel weight in the front. And I didn't have to go with the full wheel weight in the rear. I only went with 20 grams. So, you know, normally with the Hobby Plus wheel weights, to weight that, we would go, you know, 32 grams all the way around, which is super heavy. And then you have to add even more weight to the front to get it back. You know, you would only be at about a 60-40 if you use the wheel weights. So now I can go extra in the front, a little less in the rear, and get the 63-37 that I love in the Slayer, because it still will go downhill once it's set up. It'll still descend like a freaking monster, which is super, again, just super crazy that it's so high. So that it stands up so much, and that, you know, it's so floppy and it will still descend, dude. Come on, bro, let's go. Texoma RC Slayer Elite, dude. So right here we push up. I just ended up having to get the right rear passenger. Of course, it's the rear passenger if it's on the right, but well, in the United States, dude. If you were in the UK, that would, you know, be the left rear. Here, come on, you got it right there. So there you go. I just had to get it up past that little crook right there, and then we got it, and then we were going off screen. So that's freaking rad. Just imagine it. You can see everything, and it'd be rad. So I was over here and I was like, cool, dude, can we pull up over this little guy right here? This little V-notch. By the way, I tried to come back up and I just couldn't do it in a few tries. So I didn't want to sit there and show you fails without a success, and just didn't want to mess with trying to get it up there. So I'll figure it out and show you on video once I figure it out. just didn't want to go back up. Look at it, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh, speaking of, real quick, so the finish. I just sanded this, right? The easiest way to do it is to coat everything in CA glue and then sand it. Takes a little while, then spray it with a clear. I used lacquer for most of it, ran out and used the Rust-Oleum 2-time or whatever, 2X primer and whatever clear. So it's a very good clear. It looks really good. The lacquer dries way faster and is definitely harder. All right, so we had been going around this for long enough. We had done enough successful things. So I wanted to see, here's a stupid thing. I wanted to push up on the side over here. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Rip till you flip. That's what you get, dude. Rip till you flip.